A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
Jerry of the Circus. Now for Jerry of the Circus.
What'll we do, Sandy?
Don't you worry, Jerry. We'll get those cars stopped before we hit that bad grade.
But how?
The air brake and the engine's broken, but each of these cars have individual brakes, one at each end. We got to get up here on top of the cars. Now, quick, Jerry. We've got no time to lose.
I'll say not. Seems like we're going faster.
Gee, my neighbor. They're hard to turn. See? Now the other brake, the other end of the car. Quick.
Can I help?
Sorry, son. This is one time that takes even more than an average man's strength. There, that's good. Now, quick, back to the next car.
But we're still moving.
Yep, after all, there's 3 cars here. One set of brakes won't hold them.
There's the curve ahead, and then it's an honest-to-goodness downgrade.
These blame things are sure stiff.
I sure wish I were big right now and strong.
I wish you would, too. Come on, we've got to get that next brake.
Those 2 brakes don't seem to be holding us any.
Well, they're helping. If we can get all 6 tight in the forward turn that curve, we're okay.
Here you are. This is the 3rd brake. Only 4 more to go. Getting out of breath, huh?
Kinda.
Gee, Sandy, we don't seem to be going any faster. That's something anyhow. If the brakes weren't holding, we'd be gathering momentum.
We're plumb onto that curve. Gee, I need the strength of Samson on this job.
Ah, you're doing swell. Only 3 more, and we haven't hit the curve yet.
Yeah, but we're right up to it. Now there. There, that's good. Just 2 more. Golly, if one of these brakes would hold it, I'd get them all done.
We just gotta make it, Sandy. We can't let the circus down now. The brakes just gotta hold.
You're right, Jerry. Can't let those horses end up in a heap of tangled steel at the bottom of the grave. Let me get this wheel now.
You're sure strong. Why, you turn that more than... Hey, Sandy, we're turning the curve. We're still moving. Hey, if we get a rider, we're lost.
Wait till I get that last brake. That'll hold us.
Quick, Sandy. We are going slower. Hear the brakes? How they're dragging?
I just can't get it any tighter.
They're holding, Sandy. You did it. You made it, Sandy, and just in time. That first car was just starting down the grade.
Well, Jerry, if anyone had asked me, I'd have said it couldn't have been done.
Dad told me once that when you need extra strength in an emergency, you always get it. If you go right ahead and do what you have to and forget that you can't do it.
I believe he's right. I'm not bragging, but honest, I never knew I had enough power to... Why, it'd take 3 men on a job like this as a rule.
Listen to them. Guess they're as thrilled as we are. Come on, we might as well get down on the ground. They're all headed this way, seems like.
I don't think I can move, Jerry. Guess I'm kind of done in.
Well, I should think you would be. Can I do anything for you?
No, I'll be all right in a jiffy. Just let me rest a minute.
Okay. You sure deserve a rest. Hi there, folks.
Hi yourself. You and Sandy trying to do? Run away with them horse cars?
Yeah, thought we'd start a circus of our own. Come on, Sandy. Can you get down now?
Sure, I'm okay.
Hey, I never thought you'd do it, Sandy.
Neither did I. Jerry kept me going, though. I'd have given up, I'm afraid.
You give up an old circus man like you? That don't make me laugh.
Well, we'll save your horses for you anyway.
What about the fire back there? Hold out?
Yeah, the worst of it. The fellas are going through it now, beating out any sparks and trying to see how much damage is done.
Well, come on, gang. Let's see what we can do to help.
Hey, don't tell me there's anything left of that car that had the props and costumes in it.
Well, some stuff has been saved, but lots of it's pretty badly damaged. Clara's having a whale of a time trying to get some order over there.
Clara? The women are out, too?
Well, I'll say they are, and they'll be up all night trying to fix up that wardrobe so we can get together some kind of a show tomorrow.
Jiminy Christmas. Hey, what about the car the props were in?
Well, that's one flat car we'll never use again. They'll just leave it on the roadside.
Whitey, get those horses of yours organized. We'll pack up the engine and couple these cars together again. We got to get going.
Yeah, I know. Okay, Sandy, right away. Come on, Jerry.
Okay, Whitey.
Hey, Sandy, I just been back where there's loading, and Clara's raising an offer on us.
What's wrong with that wardrobe woman now?
Well, says she'll have to have light in those boxcars if she's going to be sewing all night
Oh,
long.
well, she'll have a light. We got some coal oil lanterns we can stick in there.
You know, if you'd get 'em to wire the horse cars for electricity, we'd have decent lights in an emergency like this.
Always clowning, aren't you, Slats? Don't you even get enough of it in the ring?
Well, everyone expects you to clown in the ring. It's much more fun clowning outside working hours, because folks aren't looking for it, and I can get a better rise out of a guy.
Don't tell me anyone ever takes you serious.
No, not if they know me. Just look at those folks around Clara.
You tell her I'll see that she has light. I got work to do. You tell Clara not to interfere with the men loading the stuff.
I'll tell her. Hey, Clara.
Yeah, who wants me?
Well, it's me, Slat. Sandy says he'll get some coal oil lamps and set 'em in the boxcars for you to work by.
Oh, thanks, Flat. No use looking through that stuff, Pete. Can't use any of it.
But what about my tights?
Well, don't you worry about your tights. We'll have some for you by matinee time.
Well, you didn't come across my vest, did you?
Listen, what do you think I'm doing? I can't check everyone all at once.
Sure, I know. I was just asking. It's a mighty swell vest. Belonged to my grandfather. Don't know where I'd ever get another.
Well, you should have kept it with your own things.
Sure, I know. But it needed fixing, don't you remember?
Yes, oh, that's right.
Hey, all these boxes go, Clara?
Yes, they're kind of scorched, but I'll go through that stuff, and maybe we can make some of it do.
Okay. Some of you men, give us a hand here, will you? All right,
Well, looks like you pretty near got it loaded.
Just that pile of stuff over there, and we'll be ready.
Got enough folks helping tonight? I'll pitch in if you say the word.
As a matter of fact, I could use some more people. Can you sew straight?
You bet I can. And I can darn, too.
Then get into the boxcar when we get moving. Most of the women have taken things back to their own cars to work on. But I'll have to do a lot of sorting.
Hey, Slats, Clara, any of you seen Sandy?
What's wrong now? Are you just running a race?
Well, Whitey and I just finished fixing up the horses, and Whitey wanted me to tell Sandy so he wouldn't think we was holding up the train.
We'll be back in a minute. Sounds like they're backing up now. Once to get those cars coupled together again, we'll be on the way.
Good. Say, Clara, anything I can do to help?
Sure thing. Can you sew?
Of course not. Boys don't sew.
Why, sure they do. Guess I saw you fixing up your sock the other morning, didn't I?
Oh, but that's different.
Now, listen. It's no disgrace to be able to sew. I'm a pretty good dressmaker myself, if I do say so. And I'm going to help Clara.
He sure is. Hope he's as handy with a needle as he thinks he is. However, if you want to really work all night, Jerry, I'd be glad for you to help me. There's lots of sorting and stuff to be gone through. I could use an extra pair of hands in lifting boxes and folding.
Sure thing. I'll be glad to. Whitey says you'll be working in the boxcar where the baggage horses were.
Yes, that's right.
Okay. I'll be back as soon as we're ready to start. I gotta find Sandy.
Well, he'll be over there where they're coupling those cars.
Okay, Flash, thanks. Be seeing you.
Sure. And I'll be teaching you how to embroider before the night's over.
Go on with you. Kidding that nice boy.
He's a funny kid. Always wanting to help.
Why is it boys think it's something to be ashamed of to be able to sew?
Oh, I don't know. It's a woman's job, I guess. Of course, when they're not around, it just behooves us to get in a couple of stitches ourselves if we're going to wear things out.
Well, that's the last of this. Hope Sandy doesn't forget those oil lamps.
You the wardrobe lady?
Yeah.
Sandy sent me over with these lanterns.
Speaking of angels, we were just wondering about those lamps. Well, put them in that boxcar, and thanks, buddy.
Okay. Night.
Nice. And thanks for the light burners. Here we go.
Well, better let me give you a lift into this boxcar. Quite a climb for a woman.
No, not for me.
There.
Oh, hello there, Whitey.
Hiya, Clara. How you doing?
Well, tell you better in the morning. Want to help us tonight?
Well, sure thing. I swing a mean needle.
Yeah, I'll bet you do. Probably be dangerous for anyone within an arm's distance, though. What'd you ever sew, horse blankets?
Got a job for me, Clara?
Yep, climb in. If you can stay awake after all you've been through, I guess I can keep you busy.
Jerry better step on it if he wants to get in this boxcar once we start moving. Here he comes now. Hey, Jerry, hurry up.
They got started sooner than I expected.
Well, give me your hand.
Here, hang on tight and I'll swing up.
Quick, the other hand. There you are, Jerry.
Kind of out of breath.
Now, you listen here. Don't you ever do that again.
What?
You try to board a moving train. It's dangerous.
I was talking to Sandy, and, well, he boarded the next car, and I suddenly realized I'd have to get going or I wouldn't be able to help Claire tonight.
Close that door there, Flat. It's cold. We got a heap of work.
Well, what can I do?
Move those lights over so I can go through this pile of scorched things. There, now, that's better. Land sakes, what a mess. Here, we can use this.
Well, what'll I do with it?
Put these things in a pile to be thrown out. Whitey. Hey, Whitey, here's something you can do. Now, where the dickens is Whitey?
Hey, look. Found asleep on those costumes in the corner.
Isn't that just like a man? I can see I should have made some of the women work in here tonight.
Oh, don't worry. What did you want? I'll bet I can do it.
All these trappings for the elephants, see, they're scorched, but we can brush them up well. And if you'll shine the metal up, I think we can get by tomorrow.
Sure, that's easy.
Clara.
Now what?
That thing you're throwing away.
Well, what of it?
Well, what of it? It's my vest.
You mean it was your vest? It's almost a cinder now.
My grandfather's vest. What a break. How, in the name of Sam Hill, can I go on tomorrow without the vest?
There are other vests.
But not like that, and that vest has been with me.
Yes, I know, for years. Come on, Flats, get to work.
But how can I be funny tomorrow with my heart breaking? Always have been able to look down on the gold braid and the yellow and red spots on that beautiful vest and know that the audience just couldn't help seeing me.
We'll find another vest, Slash.
Sure. Go round to the second-hand shops tomorrow. This is just the kind of a vest most people send to the ragman. Pawn shops will be full of them.
You think so?
Sure. You don't think self-respecting people would keep them at home?
I'll go with you in the morning, Slash. We'll find you a vest with colors so loud that the audience won't see any of the other clowns in the ring.
Countdown for blastoff. X minus 5, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, X minus 1, fire. From the far horizons of the unknown come tales of new dimensions in time and space. These are stories of the future, adventures in which you'll live in 1,000,000 could-be years on 1,000 would-be worlds. The National Broadcasting Company presents X minus one. Tonight's story, The Man in the Moon.
Attention, attention. This is the Federal Bureau of Missing Persons calling all local agencies. Attention, this is a coded report nationwide. Missing since 9 o'clock this morning the following persons: Smigley, Jonathan, 5 feet 8 inches tall, brown hair, brown eyes, mastoid scar behind right ear, last seen wearing blue top coat and tan cap, wanted by Los Angeles... Hello, get off this wavelength. This is a restricted band.
Hello, Earth.
Whoever you are, you're on a coded wavelength. Tune out. This frequency is reserved for the Federal Bureau of Missing Persons.
Hello, Earth. This is the moon calling Earth. Hello, Earth.
This guy's loony.
This is Jake in transmission.
Jake, this is Charlie of the code room. Some crackpot is on our frequency.
Yeah, I heard him, Charlie. I've got CQ trying to trace the source now. We should have a triangulation any second.
Well, hurry it up, will you? Some ham is in for a good stiff fine by the FCC.
Yeah, they ought to take his license away. Oh, here comes Lenny with the directional fix.
Right.
Thanks, Lenny. Hey, what's this? This is impossible.
What's going on down there? How about it? Get that ham out of my kilocycles.
Now, listen, Charlie, unless this is a gag, that interference is being beamed from 240,000 miles away.
Oh, now, Jake, you know there ain't no such thing as 240,000 miles away.
Yes, there is, Charlie. Straight up.
Oh, now, wait a minute.
Charlie, that signal is coming from the moon.
Are you nuts?
Well, somebody might be bouncing it like a radar signal.
Radar on this frequency? Where'd you study basic radio?
Now, listen, Flathead, you asked for a fix. I gave the best fix our instruments can find. Take it or leave it. Somebody on the moon is calling the Bureau of Missing Persons.
Lincoln. What's the sweat, Charlie? Shouldn't you be broadcasting?
Listen, Mr. Timpkin. You know I'm a sober citizen, right?
Hmm?
Never once have I broadcast with the smell of alcohol on my breath, right?
Right.
In all your 12 years here at the Bureau, did I once
What's
ever...
the matter, Charlie?
We're picking up a message on our wavelength.
Did you report to the FCC?
I ain't got the nerve.
Well, what's wrong?
You'll scream when you hear this, Mr. Timpkin. You'll jump right out the window, but... We are getting an SOS from the moon. Well, that's it. He started on voice and switched to Morse. The way the signal repeats sounds like a phonograph record or automatic sender of some sort.
Well, what's it say?
Let's see here. Can you read me? Help, Otterburn. Will contact when moon is in phase.
Let's have that again.
Can you read me? Help, Otterburn. Will contact when moon is in phase.
Otterburn.
That sounds like a name, huh?
Otterburn. Wait a minute.
Something registered?
Cornelius Otterburn. Holy John, Jehoshaphat.
Hey, where are you going?
Talk to the chief.
Hey, wait a minute. What are you going to tell him? We just got a CQ from the man in the moon?
That's exactly what I am going to tell him, Charlie.
Oh, this is just too much for me.
Washington Star Ledger.
Let me have O'Brien on city desk.
So over.
O'Brien?
Seamus,
Yeah?
Charlie Starbuck down at the Missing Persons Bureau. You want a hot one? No kidding. This'll cost you a beer, okay?
All right, shoot, Noodle Brain. I'll stay on your wavelength for 30 seconds.
Okay. We just got a radio message from the moon.
Yep. What?
From the moon.
Call me back when you're sober.
Okay, Seamus, if you don't know a story when you see one,
I'll send you the name of a good psychiatrist. So long, Orson Welles.
How do you like that? You don't believe me.
Otterburn, Mr. Wade. Now, does that name ring a bell?
You're the man with the photographic memory, Henry. What about Otterburn?
Cornelius Otterburn, atomic physicist, reported missing from his home in Baltimore on June 5th, 1945. Just 5 years ago. Vanished completely.
Are you trying to tell me you really think there's something to this man of the moon business?
Henry, I'm surprised at you. This is some crackpot trying to jam the airwaves.
Yes, but the name Otterburn is so unusual.
So are a lot of names.
But I have a theory that...
I was afraid of that. Henry, you always have a theory. Let's see, what was it last year? Oh, yes. That people disappear in occupational sites.
But it's true.
Please, Henry, I'm a busy man. You expect me to believe that this Otterburn is sitting up on the moon, sending out shortwave messages?
Well, he might be on Earth bouncing the messages off the moon. But who's to say he isn't on the moon?
Henry, as chief of this bureau, I have my hands full trying to coordinate reports from 48 states and Alaska. I have no time to include the moon.
But, Mr. Wade...
Out, Henry.
But, Mr. Wade...
Out, I'm busy.
Yes.
Oh, here. Take this folder of reports for the dead file.
Yes.
And no more nonsense, eh, Henry?
Yes.
I appreciate that you have a very dull job filing old missing persons reports, and I appreciate that you take an active interest in the affairs of the Bureau. But no more nonsense, huh?
No, sir. No more nonsense.
Pardon me.
Hmm?
You are Mr. Henry Timken.
That's my name.
Permit me, Jefferson Philo, scientific feature writer.
Oh, how do you do? Oh, are you a newspaper man?
Not exactly. I write as a hobby. Occasionally the papers give me leads on an assignment. If I may have a moment of your time.
Oh, well, certainly. Just sit down at my desk over here.
Thank you. My, that's quite a stack of papers.
Filing. I'm the records custodian of the Bureau. 12 years and never misplaced a record.
Magnificent. I admire the precise mind, Mr.
Timken.
Of course. Now, Mr. Timken, Mr. O'Brien, the editor of the Star Ledger, said I might drop by and investigate a rumor. Only a rumor, mind you, that a message from the, moon?
Well, we aren't certain it's from the moon. It may be a bounce. They have bounced radar waves off the moon, you know.
Yes, I know. I wrote the first newspaper article on it.
Really? I'd be interested to read it.
I must have a copy in my briefcase.
Well, don't bother.
Oh, but I insist. Oh, yes. There you are. I'll leave it on your desk.
Oh, thank you very much.
Now, about this message from the moon, Mr. Timken.
Well, now, we don't know for sure, as I said. But I believe that this message, wherever it originates, is from Cornelius Otterburn.
The physicist?
Oh, do you know him?
I once wrote an article on his contribution to nuclear mechanics. A brilliant man, Otterburn. Years ahead of his contemporaries.
Well, whoever is sending those signals, if he isn't on the moon, is at least using the moon as a sounding board, bouncing the signal.
But why, Mr. Timken? Why?
Well, if you will come here tomorrow night at 8, Mr. Philo, we may learn the answer to that question. I've arranged with Charlie, our radio man, to let me use the equipment.
May I consider this an invitation?
You certainly may.
Very well, sir. Until tomorrow night, then.
Goodbye, Mr. Philo. Let's see now. Aiken, Abelard, Abramson, Rono, Atch. Well, that's funny. Now, where did this list of names come from? Paul Ahrens, astromathematician. Robert Simons, electronic engineer. Carl Parker, mining specialist. Well, this must have got mixed up with the papers on my desk by accident. Peculiar list of names. Oh, good morning, Charlie.
Oh, hi, Mr. Timken. See, we made the papers.
Oh?
And how? And as the chief steamed up about it, he really gave me what for.
What did the paper say?
Oh, mostly ha-ha. Here's the Herald. Listen. Man on the moon contacts Missing Persons Bureau. Missing atomic scientists sitting on the moon, say Bureau experts, etc., etc. What a panning.
Well, no wonder Mr. Wade is hopping.
Say, about tonight, Mr. Timken, I don't know.
Now, you promised you'd give me a key to the radio room.
Yeah, but I didn't expect
Well,
it.
I'll take full responsibility with Mr. Wade.
It's time for the morning broadcast. We got quite a list today.
Well, mind if I listen a while? We may hear Otterburn.
Why, ain't self-conscious. Just stick around.
Yes.
Attention. Attention. This is the Federal Missing Persons Bureau calling all local agencies. Nationwide. This is a coded broadcast. The following persons are missing. Ahrens, Dr. Paul, 5'5", brown hair, brown eyes, scar on left side of chin, thick glasses.
Ahrens.
Occupation, astromathematician. Missing since 6 o'clock this morning. Being sought by Bel Air police.
Charlie.
Repeat. Dr. Paul
Charlie,
Ahrens.
hold it off a second.
Hold it. Delay 1 minute. Listen, Mr. Timken, it's okay to stay, but you can't interrupt
Now, this is important. Did you say Dr. Ahrens was reported missing this morning?
6 a.m. We got the report from Bel Air less than an hour ago.
Are you certain, Charlie?
Positive. What is this?
Charlie, what's the next name on the list?
Let's see. Simons, Robert, engineer.
What?
Came in less than 20 minutes ago.
20?
Hey, what's the matter with you? You look like you've seen a ghost.
It's nothing, Charlie, except that last night, quite by accident, someone left a list of names on my desk. And that list included the names of those 2 men who were reported missing within the last hour.
What? Oh, that don't sound right to me.
But it isn't right, Charlie. It leaves a big question to be answered. Who would make up a list of missing persons before they were missing, not after?
And you say this list of names was left on your desk accidentally?
Well, I believe so, Mr. Wade.
Do you have any ideas, Henry?
Well, it's hard to say. Mr. Philo left some papers from his briefcase.
Mr. Philo?
Well, a science feature writer.
I see. You were the leak on that story, then?
Yes, sir, I'm afraid I was. I didn't think it would be treated as a laughing matter.
Well, we'll deal with that later.
Yes, sir.
What's this Philo like?
Well, he's a strange old duck, bald, thick glasses, tall. He walks stooped over. Seems to know a great deal about scientific data, but, of course, being a science writer...
Is there any other possibility?
I believe that this is all hooked up with the broadcast from Otterburn.
That seems to be a very remote possibility.
The Missing Persons Bureau deals in remote possibilities, Mr. Wade.
I do not require a statement of policy.
Yes, sir.
What's the theory?
Well, for some time now, it has been my contention that in a country like ours, where even the cleverest criminal can be ferreted out and located eventually, there is no such thing as a missing person.
I was afraid of that.
For 12 years now, I have kept the central files, where information from all over the country is channeled and recorded. I have made a private study.
This is beginning to sound familiar, Henry.
And I have discovered that each year, literally thousands of persons vanish, leaving no trace. They are never located. Where do they go? Nobody knows. And they disappear in interesting cycles.
What sort of cycles?
Occupations, for example. One year we'll have a run on, well, say, coal miners. Next year, the proportion of engineers increases. And then scientists. And
what do you think happens, Henry?
I don't know, Mr. Wade, but I'm beginning to suspect that somebody else has discovered the same phenomenon, even to the point, perhaps, of being able to predict who will turn up among the missing next.
Philo?
Well, I don't know. But I would like to find out.
And you think Otterburn may be a part of this picture?
Mr. Wade, I definitely do.
Henry, do you honestly expect me to buy an idea like that?
It is more than an idea. The 2 top men on this list are missing, and...
Maybe so, but the rest of them aren't. Parker, Watson, Gibbs. Why, I saw Parker in the restaurant where I had lunch today.
Yes, but...
And if you think I'm going to make myself a laughingstock by accepting such a crack-brained theory...
Well,
Excuse me.
Yes.
Hello, Wade speaking. Yes? Yes? I see. What name? Just a moment. Henry, let me see that list again.
Here you are, sir.
Go ahead. I see. I'll get back to you. I guess I owe you an apology, Henry.
Sir?
Carl Parker was just reported missing.
Parker?
3rd man on your list.
Holy mackerel.
Exactly. Henry, for a good many years now, I've ridiculed these theories of yours. I don't know. Perhaps I've underestimated you. Maybe this time you've really stumbled onto something.
What do you intend to do, Mr. Wade?
I don't know. I haven't thought it out yet.
I was planning to listen for another broadcast tonight in the hope that Otterburn might try to contact us again.
Good idea. I believe I'll join you.
I also invited Mr. Philo, the feature writer.
Oh? I'll be glad to meet him. I'm beginning to get interested in you, Mr. Philo.
Mr. Wade, you don't think...
That he's mixed up in this?
Yes.
I don't know, Henry. But it suddenly strikes me that we don't know very much about him, really.
We ought to contact the police.
No, Henry. I think we're better off keeping this between ourselves for the moment. We're dealing with the unknown. And in solving an equation for the X factor, it's often easier to limit the number of terms. You follow me?
I don't know, Mr. Wade.
There may be more danger in what you have discovered than you are aware of. Let's keep it quiet. You agree?
Maybe you're right, Mr. Wade. I haven't thought of the danger involved.
Mr. Philo is late.
Well, he said he'd be here. He strikes me as a man who keeps appointments.
Look out the window.
Yes.
The moon is almost in direct phase. Can't wait much longer.
Well, it's a perfectly clear night for transmission. If anybody's sending, we ought to pick it up with this equipment.
You'd better switch on the set.
Yes. I never realized how eerie this office could be when it was empty.
I'll have to light in the hall for Mr. Fowler when he comes. Are you getting anything?
Just some foreign stuff, I think.
Concludes the British portion of tonight's programming from Johannesburg, South Africa. We continue in April.
That's a peculiar transmission sound.
Earth.
Now, that sounds like something. See if I can work the selector.
The moon is in phase.
Yes.
Hello, Earth. Can you hear me?
I'll try to return. Hello? Hello?
Hello, Earth.
Hello, do you hear me?
Oh, I get you now. Thank God.
Who are you? Can you hear me? Who are you?
This is Professor Cornelius Otterburn. Hello?
Go on, I hear you.
Not much time. They're on to me. They've located my sending point. You hear me?
Go ahead, keep talking.
I've only enough oxygen for a few minutes more.
Well, where are you?
I'm on the Earth side of the moon. You get that? The Earth side of the moon. A volcanic crater.
Good. Start that recorder, Mr. Wade. Go on. Explain, please. Explain, please.
Now listen closely. There is an Earth colony on the moon. There is an Earth colony on the far side of the moon, made up of renegade scientists and criminals. Professor Ernst Halsman...
He died in an insane asylum in 1938.
Professor Ernst Halsman discovered nuclear rocket power in 1935. Turned his plans over to escaped inmates of the asylum. They took off and set up a colony on the far side of the moon in 1938.
Go ahead, we're recording you.
Each year, they recruit new colonists from Earth. Slave labor, mostly. I was kidnapped in 1945.
Yes, I know. Keep talking.
They wanted me to work on atomic drive for their flying disc. Hello?
Still getting you. Go on.
Last month, 6 others and I escaped.
Speak louder.
You got to stop them. Stop them.
Stop who?
The moon colony. Planning to take over the Earth. Invasion. Oh.
Hang on.
No oxygen. Hard to breathe. Listen. They have agents on Earth. You hear me?
Agents on Earth? Where? Who? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Agents in...
Henry, look out. Someone at the window. Get down. Henry, are you all right? I think so. His shot smashed the transmitter.
And the lights. Strike a match. Careful.
It was close.
I got a look at him. From the description, it was your Mr. Philo.
We got a recording anyway, but not the most important part of the message. Poor Otterburn, suffocating to death.
Henry, we've got to get you out of here. He said they have agents. Philo was probably one of them. He'll be looking for you now, trying to kill you.
The police...
You think the police would believe a fantastic story like this? People being kidnapped to the moon as slave labor? Moon colony planning an invasion of the Earth? But Henry, believe me, they'd trap us into straitjackets before we could finish.
Oh, we've got to do something.
We need time. Time to get through.
You don't think my theory was bunk then?
I know it wasn't, Henry. Right now, my only concern is for your safety.
But we can't walk out of here. Philo's probably waiting.
Listen. There's a service elevator that leads to the basement garage.
Yeah?
We can get down there. There are some delivery trucks parked there all night. We can probably get one started. The garage door's off the ramp, worked from the inside. We'll start the mechanism and make a run for it.
I don't know. I think if we call the police...
By the time the police get here, we'll be dead. You think Philo will wait outside all night? Come on. That's an order.
Okay. But what about the recording of Otterburn's notes?
We'll leave that here in the safe in my office. They'll never get into that. Let's go. You buzz the elevator while I hide the recording. This is the basement. Come on. Keep to the side.
Yes, sir.
Shh. Let's try that delivery truck over there. I'll get in. All right, Henry. You start the mechanism to open the garage door, then jump onto the truck.
Yes, sir.
We'll make a dash for it.
Where can we go?
I have a farm outside Chevy Chase. It's private. Miles from the nearest neighbor and completely hidden by trees. We'll run for that. Go ahead. Start the door up.
All right.
Quick. Jump in. Cross your fingers. We made it out all right. Anything doing?
There's a blue coupe behind us, Mr. Wade. It seems to be following.
I'll cut up Pennsylvania Avenue. Now Route 1, toward Baltimore.
It is following. He turned with us. Can you go faster?
Not much faster.
Well, he's gaining on us.
I've got an idea. Hang on, Henry.
Yes. Why'd you stop?
I'll turn off the lights. It worked. He shot right past us. Now we'll double back and go out another route.
Well, I don't see anything. I think we've lost him.
Good. I think everything's going to be all right now. We can be at my farm in less than an hour. Not much longer now. Is anyone behind us?
I thought I saw the blue coupe again, but I was mistaken. Whew. This place is really out in the wilderness.
We can stay here indefinitely till we'll figure out the next move. Now, just up this third road now. There's the house up ahead.
You're not going toward it.
No, I have a better idea. There's a big abandoned wheat silo on my grounds. It's down the hollow where it can't be seen except from the air. And even then, the oak trees shield it. We'll hide you out there. Now, we leave the truck here. It'll never be seen. Come on.
Yes. How did you ever find this place, Mr. Wade?
I've always liked seclusion. I bought it about 12 years ago. Come up here in the summertime to get away from it all. There's the silo.
It's certainly well hidden.
There's a small door around the side. Come on. Be careful of those bushes.
Yes.
It's hard to see them in the dark.
Do you suppose Philo will find us?
I assure you, Henry, Mr. Fowler will never find us here. Not in a million years. Here's the door.
It's pitch dark.
Hold my arm. I know the way. Just a few steps up. And another door.
Steel. This is an unusual silo. Double-walled, wood outside and steel inside.
Completely fireproof. An army couldn't wreck it. We're inside the inner shell. Careful. We're in a circular room. Stay here a moment. I'll go outside and see if the coast is clear. In a moment, your eyes will become accustomed to the darkness. I'll bring back some food and water.
Don't be long, Mr. Wade. This place gives me the willies.
Just a moment.
Mr. Wade. I swear I hear something. Mr. Wade. What's that? There is something. Good Lord. There's someone in here. It's locked. Oh, no. Mr. Wade. Mr. Wade, let me out. I'm not alone in here. Mr. Wade. This must be a light switch. Thank God. Oh, no. People. 10, 15, 20. Mr. Wade, help! Help!
It'll do you no good to shout, Henry.
Mr. Wade, where are you?
Outside. Speaking over the intercom.
Mr. Wade, there are people in here. 15 or 20 of them. They're sitting like statues, just staring at me.
They won't hurt you, Henry. What? They've all been drugged. They're even more helpless than you.
But who are they?
Permit me to introduce them, Henry, since they're currently unable to introduce themselves. The gentleman seated before you, the one with the scar, is Dr. Paul Ahrens, the astro-mathematician. Next to him is Mr. Robert Simons, electronic engineer.
Names on the list.
Yes, you're familiar with the rest. They've all been, shall we say, recruited for work with Professor Halsman's group on the moon.
Moon? Then you're one of them.
Of course. Oh, yes. There's one whose name was not on our list. If you'll turn around, Henry, you'll recognize the drugged form of your old friend, Mr. Philo.
Philo? But I
I thought... That he was part of the conspiracy? No. On the contrary. His snooping made it necessary for us to include him.
Yes, but the man in the window, the one who fired the shot.
An agent of mine. The pilot of this ship.
Ship? What ship?
This silo was camouflaged for a rocket launching platform. In a moment, the roof will slide back for the rocket's takeoff.
A rocket ship?
In exactly 70 hours, you and your companions will join Professor Otterburn on the moon.
But you can't do this to me.
We have done it, Henry.
No.
You see, there was another name omitted in that list, which I carelessly mixed up with your papers. That of Henry Timpkin.
No.
Bon voyage.
I won't let you do this. You can't. Please, let me out. Let me out, please. This can't happen. Let me out. Let me out.
Attention. Missing since 8 o'clock last night, the following persons. Timpkin Henry, age 45, height 5 feet 8, 165 pounds, brown eyes, slightly balding, occupation records custodian. Repeat, Timpkin Henry, age 45, height 5 feet 8, 165 pounds.
In just a moment, a word about next week's adventure. Tonight, by transcription, X-1 has brought you The Man in the Moon, an original radio drama written by George Lefferts. Featured in the cast were Louis Van Ruten as Henry, Santos Ortega as the Chief, Ross Martin as Charlie, Sidney Smith as Otterburn, Bob Haig as Jake, Joe DeSantis as Philo, and Ed Latimer as O'Brien. Your announcer, Fred Collins. X-1 was directed by Fred Way and is an NBC Radio Network production. And now, next week, the sign on the window said Parigi's Wonderful Dolls. A woman and a child waited outside. The little girl peering eagerly through the window, and the woman glancing impatiently at her wristwatch, as if expecting someone who was late for an appointment. And there was nothing about Parigi's doll shop to warn them that they were waiting to keep an appointment with Doom at X-1.
At last, we are really on the magic island of the South Sea. However, it seems to be not a place of beauty and peace, as the islands are thought of, but a sinister and foreboding fortress, the stronghold of a terrible scientific colony. Jerry Hall, Mrs. Patricia Gregory, and Captain Tex Bradford have been allowed to see the little girl whom they came to find. The girl is Joan Gregory, long-lost daughter of Patricia Gregory. Mother and daughter have been given a moment of privacy in the tiny room the girl occupies on the Isle of Euclidia, the magic island.
I'm so happy to have found you, my dear, that nothing else matters to me. I can even bear being a prisoner here if I may only be with you, my dear little Joan.
And I'm so happy to be with you, Mrs. Mother. But it all seems so strange. I'm called Cleostra here. All of our names have to do with scientific things, and yet you call me Joan. And somehow it seems that I have always been Joan.
You have to me, dear. You've always been my little daughter, though the width of the sea and 14 years have separated us.
Mother. Oh, it sounds so nice to say that. Mother.
And you'll always be able to say it now, for Mother will never leave you. We'll go back to California, to the United States, to the great free outside which you call the world.
Tell me of your home. We hear much of it through our space phones, and can even see your United States through our universal prism reflectors. But the images are not clear, and your old-fashioned and weak electrical apparatus gives us a particularly mediocre signal.
What a precious infant you are. You know so much more than your mother. Your speech would shame many of our educators, and yet I wonder if you've been happy here.
Happy? I believe so. We have games, relaxation, you know.
What sort of games?
When the full rest period comes, in the middle of the day, we gather in the common laboratory, and we may use the entire time, 600 seconds, in working out such mathematical and electrochemical problems as may suit our fancy, even though they haven't the slightest practical value.
And that is relaxation. Your wisdom makes me very sad, my child. You're only a young girl, barely 15 years old, and you should still be playing as a happy child. Don't you ever run and jump and play athletic games? Don't you ever laugh?
No one on Euclidia laughs, except G47. And when he laughs, it is only horrible. He is the most brilliant man in the universe, and the most terrible.
Is he abusive, mean, unkind to you?
G47 would not trouble to be anything but scornful toward any mere human. What am I, or what are you, or anyone else to a man who has only to raise his hand and destroy a world?
So, that's it. Then this weird colony is made up of mad scientists, bent on world conquest by science. I might have known it.
It is not a pleasant place for some here, I think. Some who have known your world as you know it. But to me, it is all I know.
You will soon know the world as I know it, my dear. I'll take you back to my home. Your home. Why, my estate is larger than this whole island.
And things grow naturally there? Flowers and trees?
Why, of course. Don't you have them here?
You will see in the light of day. We have everything and nothing.
You will come back with us to our world just as quickly as Captain Bradford makes arrangements for us to leave this island.
There are many here who have been trying for years to leave the island. They are still here. And some who have left, they never arrived at any known place.
But there was one person who got safely away, an old sailor, not long ago. He was picked up by a ship in the open sea and sent word of this strange island to the world by radio.
And where is that old sailor now?
He died almost as soon as he got his radio message to the world.
Yes, he died. So you see, no one ever gets away from this island for long.
Joan, you realize what you're saying? Surely you don't mean that his death was not accidental?
I think that I can tell you, all of you, much that will be to your advantage. But we will be overheard now, and it's better that I wait until another time when Captain Bradford may hear it at the same time. One thing I can tell you now, G47 thinks that Captain Bradford is the only man in the world who might interfere with his plans.
Then we'll tell the captain. Tex is a brave and clever man, and Jerry Hall is a smart, dependable boy. We'll find a way to get off this island and back to the world, and then...
And then... what?
I didn't see.
You do not see me now, do you?
These rooms are made of some metal, which allows you to see through it from the outside only.
What a nightmare of life you must lead here.
You will not need to speculate long on the type of existence peculiar to Euclidia. Your quarters will be assigned to you.
Where are Captain Bradford and Jerry?
You are dangerously impertinent in your inquisitiveness, but it is obviously ignorance. Your fine captain is in solitary confinement, learning a lesson about behavior on the scientific fountainhead of the universe.
What has the captain done to warrant that?
He asked too many questions, and I might add, you, madame, are following the same line.
Be quiet, please, dear mother.
How touching the reunion. Well, little lady, you will bear in mind that your mother's world means nothing to you. You are part of this vast machine. You are Cleostra, the living symbol of the perfect calendar.
My mother tells me my name is Joan.
By this time tomorrow night, your mother will have learned that what she tells you is of no moment here.
Where is Jerry? Is he locked up with the captain?
No. That adolescent walking loudspeaker is waiting without. I will allow him to perform a service for me. You, Cleostra, will go with him to the voice transmission chambers. I will direct him to send a message for me. You, madame, may go and talk to your precious captain.
But may
Silence, go. The woman waiting without will conduct you. You may speak to the captain through the wall of his cell, as I now speak to you. Go, I said, go, go.
Goodbye, Joan. I'll see you soon.
Goodbye, Mother. Goodbye.
Ah, there is no time for sentiment here. Come out. Come.
What do you wish of me? Oh, Jerry, I'm glad to see you.
Silence. Cleostra, you will conduct this boy to the voice transmission chambers. Show him the operation of the Euclidia to California voice transmission beam, and see that he sends the following message. All is well. We'll send further news later. He will send it to Mrs. Gregory's home operator. Use the signature of the Gregory yacht.
Say, now look here.
You can't buffalo me into sending anything of the kind.
Have you seen our solitary confinement cell?
Why, gee.
Jerry, do as he says. I'll explain it all to you later.
Be off. Send that message. Then report to me in my private quarters. Be off. Be off.
Come on, Jerry. There's no use arguing with him.
Oh, I guess you're right. But I'd sure like to punch him on the snozzle. Golly whiskers.
You're a strange boy, Jerry. What does that mean?
What does what mean?
Punch him on the schnozzle, golly whiskers.
You don't speak very good English here, do you?
That I do not know. But I like the way you speak.
Do you? On the level?
On the level?
Yeah, on the level.
Do you not speak in the same manner on the level as you would on an elevation?
Hey, look. One of us is wrong, and I got along all right in school, so it must be you. Now, look. You like me. Is that right?
That is substantially correct, Jerry.
Well, I got that much of it right anyhow. Now, I like you, too.
That is very pleasant, Jerry. We must see each other as often as we are allowed to.
Oh, boy. That's slick.
Slick?
Never mind that now. Just listen. I know all about you for a long time. I got Mrs. Gregory and Tex Bradford to bring me with them just so as I could help find you.
But I have not been lost. Why should you have to find me? I have known where I was at all times.
Well, it's about time I got you off this island. Now, listen. No, don't talk. Just listen. I've dreamed about you for years. It's been in all the papers about your mother looking all over the world for you. And I just got to thinking so much about you that golly, you're mighty nice.
You are also mighty nice.
Golly whiskers, you got that one right. Now, look, you and I have got to do some figuring about getting off this island. Captain Bradford is locked up because he asked too many questions about how things are done here on this island. And we've got to do something about it.
And there's very little we can do, Jerry. G47 hears and sees all that goes on in Euclidia.
Never mind that. Your mother's been looking for you for 14 years. And Captain Bradford's been helping her for 5 or 6 years. Well, and now that you're found...
But, Jerry...
You were lost. And now that you're found, we're not going to spend the rest of our lives on this island.
Is your world such a wonderful place, then, that it is worth all this worry and trouble and danger merely to attempt to return to it?
Is it worth it? Oh, boy. Wait till I take you to a moving picture premiere on Hollywood Boulevard. You ought to see some of those big shows.
We often watch what you call your moving pictures from here, when we are allowed the time.
Oh, sure. You got machines here.
No, Jerry. We see them being made. I will show you the universal prism reflectors. They may be focused on your Hollywood, and the making of the pictures is quite plain to us here in Euclidia.
Boy, this is a magic island.
My mother's yacht was watched all the time. Every move you made on the trip from your California to our island was seen by our scientists. They did not let me watch, but I heard them talking.
Maybe getting off this island won't be so easy after all.
It will be impossible, Jerry. Oh, but here's the voice transmission chamber. We enter. So? And there's the apparatus you will use.
Where? This is the craziest place. We walk all over the island without making a sound. Then we open the door and we're inside of a room without a sound. And now that we're in here, there isn't a sign of anything to send a message with.
You see that map on the wall? You will push the little lever, the one marked California.
Okay. It's pushed. Now what does that do?
You may now talk to California. Just direct your voice naturally toward that wall.
Yeah. Someday I'm going to write a book about this place. Well, here goes. J24Y to J12C, Los Angeles. Jerry Hall on J24Y to Johnson at J12C. Hello, J12.
J12C to J24Y. Go ahead, J24. I've been waiting for 2 hours for your signal.
Listen, J12. Enough has happened in the last 2 hours to fill a book. We're in terrible danger. On the island, our position is...
So, you silly fool. You would try to deceive me?
Oh, G47. That terrible ray gun. You've used it on Jerry.
It is a pretty toy, is it not, Cleostra? Would you like to know how it feels?
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman. Kellogg's Pep. P-E-P, Pep. Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal, presents The Adventures of Superman. Today, with Matt Riggs still at large in Metropolis, the lives of Jimmy Olsen, Perry White, and Chuck Riggs are, as Superman fears, gravely imperiled.
Hello there, gang. This is your pal, Dan McCullough. Say, you know what I'd like to see? Well, sometime I'd like to see how many thousands of feet it would reach if you heaped up all the tender flakes of Kellogg's Pep that are eaten for breakfast these days. Boy, what a skyscraper that would be. And wouldn't it be a big pile of good eating? Because Pep is crunchy and crisp and golden toasted. Pep is full up with sparkling sunshine flavor. Why, Kellogg's Pep is called the Sunshine Cereal, as cheerful and sunny a dish as you'd ever want to taste. Mom knows Pep is good for you, too. Sure, gives you solid whole wheat nourishment plus. That's one reason it's a smart idea to eat up every toasty flake in your bowl. And here's another reason. Nowadays, it's especially important not to waste cereal, because the cereal grains are being sent to fellows and girls overseas. Keep that in mind when Mom brings Kellogg's Pep home from the grocer's. Don't waste it. If you pour your own Pep, pour it carefully and finish up every bit you pour out. And say, kind of keep watch on your younger brothers and sisters, too. That's easy, isn't it? And it's important. Remember, gang, eat all your Pep. Don't waste it.
Now, the adventures of Superman. When Superman rescued Editor Perry White and Jimmy Olsen from a group of hate-mongers and terrorists, Matt Riggs, their fanatical leader, managed to escape. Fearing the testimony of White and Jimmy, Riggs decided to do away with them and with his young nephew Chuck, who had revealed his uncle's identity to Superman. While the police searched for him, Riggs used a secret tunnel to enter his home, where he lived with his sister-in-law and her son, Chuck. As we continue now, he has noiselessly climbed the stairs to Chuck's room. The first streaks of dawn faintly light the shadowy hall as the hate-crazed Riggs, his slate-colored eyes blazing with venom, softly opens his nephew's door and approaches the bed. Listen.
Oh, you double-crossing little rat. I'm going to... What? He's not here.
Who's there? Who's there, I said?
Not so loud, sir. It's me, Matt.
Mercy me. Matt Riggs, how'd you get in?
Never mind, Matt. Where's Chuck?
The police are looking for you. They're outside the house. I'm going to...
Oh, you don't.
Let go my wrist. You're hurting me.
Yeah, you were going to call the cops, weren't you? Going to give away your own brother-in-law.
Let me go.
Where's Chuck?
He's at... I don't know where he is.
You're lying.
No, I don't...
You started to say where he is. Now go on, say it.
I didn't say anything. I tell you, I don't know where...
You're lying. Now tell me where he is or I'll...
Stop, please. You're hurting me.
You tell me where that sneaking little whelp is.
Why do you want him?
He revealed my identity to Clark Kent.
Well, he did right. Your gang's wicked, like them Nazis. I'd have told on you, too, if I'd have known. Ow!
You're going to tell me where he is?
No. I don't care what you do to me. I won't.
Wait. I'll bet he's at Jim Olsen's house, isn't he?
No, he's not there.
Oh, you gave it away, Sarah.
No, I tell you, he's not there. He's
quiet.
not.
No, I can get both those young rats at the same time. Then there'll only be White left. Oh, no, you don't.
Let me go, you
no.
Let me go.
I got a big job to do. Nobody's going to stop me. I'll tie you up with this sheet, then I'll lock you in the closet. And I'll take care of your whelp son, and Olsen. Number 1601. Let's see now. Must be that house in the corner. All right, slow down, Lou.
Okay.
No, stop. Don't stop. Keep going.
But you said...
Keep going, I said.
I don't get it.
Didn't you see that car that just turned into the driveway of Olsen's house?
No.
No, well, look now. We're passing it, but don't slow up.
Graves, a police car.
Yeah. Darn good thing I saw it in time.
What do you suppose the cops want here?
Don't know. Sarah couldn't have called him because I tied her up, then locked her in the closet. All right, turn the corner and stop under that big tree, Lou, right there by that vacant lot.
Maybe we ought to keep going.
Do as I say, will you?
Okay, you're the boss.
Kill the motor.
Right.
Now, let's see. Blast it. Those cops are patrolling right in front of Olson's house.
Oh, we better scram, Matt, before they spot us.
No. They won't spot us up here. This tree hides us.
We're taking a big risk, Matt.
Dirty break. Olson and Chuck both right in that house, and I can't get at them. Yeah, and chances are the cops are guarding Perry White's house, too.
Sure, there must be. So there's nothing we can do, so we might as well blow, huh?
You turn that motor off.
But, man...
Turn it off, I said.
Okay. But I don't see the percentage in sitting here right under the noses of them cops.
No, you don't.
Even if Olson and Chuck walked out of the house right now, you wouldn't take a chance of shooting at them.
I wouldn't I? Well, just let me see them walk out of that house. I'll drop them in their tracks with this rifle.
With all them cops around? You're crazy, Matt. But I'm not. I'm getting out of here.
Oh, no, you're not.
I sure am. I ain't sticking here with no trigger-happy madman.
A fine brother you are. Why, you're as yellow as all the other rats who ran out on me, but you're not going to run out until this job is over. Not until Chuck and White and Olson are dead. And I and our group are safe again. Now, you sit here and be quiet.
Now, look, man.
Shut up! Did you get that newspaper from me like I had told you to?
Yeah, here it is.
Let me see it. I want to see what they say about us. You keep your eyes peeled on Olson's house. If that kid comes out, you yell quick, see?
Okay.
Now, then. Oh, look at that.
What?
A picture of my action committee right here on the first page.
Holy smokes.
Listen to this. Matt Riggs' Action Committee pleads for mercy. Blames Riggs for attacks on Lee family and Perry White and James Olson. Say they were duped by false promises into wrongdoing. Why, the dirty yellow rats.
You can't blame them for being scared, Matt. With Superman after them and the cops, well, that's bad odds.
Will you shut up? Listen to this. Will Jennings admits joining attack on Dr. Lee and his young son, Tommy, because Matt Riggs had promised to secure a $5,000 a year position for him in the health department. A position now being held by Dr. Lee, the well-known Chinese bacteriologist. When questioned by Superman, Jennings admitted that he lacked proper qualifications for the position, but hoped nevertheless... Oh, boy, wait till I get my hands on that Jennings.
The dirty squealer. I didn't think he'd rat on you.
Yeah, but don't you worry. He'll come crawling back when I'm on top again, and I will be. All I have to do now is to get rid of White and Olson and Chuck so they can't testify against me. Then...
But how are you going to do that if the cops is going to be watching them all the time?
Oh, shut up. I'll find a way. Hey, wait, what's this?
What?
Look. It says the boys' baseball championship of Metropolis will be decided this afternoon at the stadium when Unity House plays against Metropolis High School.
So what's that to get excited
Will
about?
you let me finish and shut up? It says Jim Olson, manager of the Unity House team, announced that Chuck Riggs will pitch. And Perry White, editor of the Daily Planet, sponsors of the championship tournament, will be on hand to present the winning team with solid gold baseballs. Oh. Now do you get it, Lou?
Why, maybe. You mean it?
I mean the three persons I've got to get rid of. Perry White, Jim Olson, and my nephew Chuck will all be at the stadium baseball field this afternoon, and we're going to be there, too. Come on, Lou. Get this car rolling. We've got things to do.
We'll return in a moment for the startling climax of today's episode. So stand by.
Say, gang, if you want to add some extra zip to your breakfasts this weekend, try a blueberry whirligig. That's this week's pet dish of the week. Kellogg's Pep teamed up with fresh, ripe blueberries. And is it terrific? Listen, you start off with your serving of Pep, the Sunshine cereal, topped with a sprinkling of juicy blueberries. Then, now carefully, take your spoon and give it a whirl, mixing the berries all through those crisp flakes of Pep. Finish off with milk and sugar, and see how this neat dish gives your appetite a whirl, too. What those tender whole wheat flakes can do for berries. Fact is, no matter how you serve it, Kellogg's Pep helps your morning appetite wake up smiling every time. Pep is crunchy, and it's delicate and loaded with sparkling sunshine flavor. Such a slick treat that you'll want to polish off every bit in your bowl. And that's the right thing to do, you know, especially nowadays when we're sending the cereal grains to fellows and girls overseas. So, gang, when Mom brings Kellogg's Pep home from the grocer's, make sure it's not wasted. Eat up every bit that's poured in your bowl. Pass the word along to the rest of your family, too. Remember, eat all your Pep. Don't waste it.
Crowds are pouring into the Metropolis Stadium for the game between Jim Olson's Unity House team and Metropolis High School, finalists in the baseball tournament for the Boys' Championship of Metropolis. On the field, both teams are engaged in practice. At one end of the field, Clark Kent stands in anxious conversation with Police Inspector Henderson.
I don't care what you say. I'm worried, Inspector. I still think this game should have been called off until Matt Riggs is caught.
Oh, relax, Kent. There isn't nearly as much danger as you think.
Relax? Are you kidding? You know Matt Riggs swore he'd kill Mr. White, Jim Olson, and Chuck.
Threats are a dime a dozen, you know that.
Well, that may be, but this man is a fanatic, Inspector. Hate and disappointment have made him a maniac. He won't stop short of murder, and if he can get away with it.
Well, he can get away with it. Anyhow, not here in the stadium.
Why?
First, because he can't get in. And second, because I've got top-notch men posted all over the field and in the stands.
Well,
if Riggs somehow manages to show up, he'll be a dead pigeon before he can move a muscle.
I don't know. I wish I could feel as confident as you do. But Riggs is shrewd and shifty.
Take my word for it, Kent. He'll have to be 100 times smarter than he is to get into the stadium. So relax and enjoy the game. You leave Matt Riggs to me.
Sorry, I won't relax, Inspector. I can't. Not for a moment. Because I smell danger.
Once more, Clark Kent's super senses warn him of danger. But can even he cope with the triple death trap even now being set by Matt Riggs? For at this moment, on a high roof overlooking the stadium, Matt Riggs and his henchman Lou lie flat on their stomachs, shielded from all view by an overhanging skylight which fans out above them. Held firmly in Riggs' hands and pointed at the field below is a powerful long-range rifle equipped with telescopic sights. Now he watches through field glasses.
We're getting ready to start the game, Lou. In a moment, Chuck will walk out there in the pitcher's mound, and I'll have a good, clear shot at him.
But how about Olson and White? You got to get them all pretty close together.
Yeah, look. White's walking into the box now. Olson's sitting down there at the end of the bench. I can get an easy, clear beat on all three of them.
You sure you can hit them from way up here?
Hit them from up here? Why, I can knock over a running deer at 1,000 yards. Why, this will be like shooting sitting ducks. Watch.
Lifting his long rifle to his shoulder, Matt Riggs squints through the powerful telescopic sights, bringing Jimmy Olsen squarely into view as the young reporter sits tensely at the end of the Unity House bench. What will happen? How can Superman avert this final threat to his friends in the scant seconds remaining? There's plenty of excitement ahead in the smashing climax of this story, so don't fail to be with us Monday when amazing things take place. Tune in, same time, same station.
And remember, for breakfast, it's Kellogg's Pep.
For excitement, the adventures of Superman.
Superman is a copyrighted feature appearing in Superman DC comic magazines and is brought to you Monday through Friday at the same time by Kellogg's Pep, the Sunshine Cereal. Say, gang, if you've ever had a race with your dog, you know how much he enjoys running and jumping. Now, dogs are like people. To keep their muscles strong, they have to eat right. So if you want to help your dog to stay in the groove, to have strong bones and teeth and muscles, just mix Kellogg's Grow Pup dog food in with the scraps of meat and fat you give him. There are 3 kinds of Grow Pup, all with a grand, meaty flavor. There's Grow Pup Ribbon, Grow Pup Meal, and Grow Pup Pellets. Ask your mother to feed your dog Kellogg's Grow Pup regularly. And be sure to be with us on Monday for the thrilling adventures of Superman. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
Tired of the everyday grind? Ever dream of a life of romantic adventure? Want to get away from it all? We offer you Escape.
Escape, transcribed to free you from the 4 walls of today for a half hour of high adventure.
You are running through the alleys of a Mediterranean village, the blackness of the Italian night confusing you, while somewhere in the dark behind you, coming closer as they search for you, are a man and a beautiful woman will mean to take your life.
Listen now as Escape brings you Kathleen Height's story, An Ordinary Man. I don't know yet why I said it. But later, as I stood at the deck rail and felt the light chill of the Mediterranean night, I decided it was a good thing. I was 40 years old. In all my 40 years, people had never looked at me the way they had in the salon a few minutes earlier. 40 years. That's a long time to go unnoticed. A long time to be just an ordinary man. I had never known a beautiful woman, and Maria Novella was beautiful. A man doesn't tell such a woman that he's an assistant county assessor or that this Mediterranean cruise took his life savings. It was late. I was alone on deck. And for the first time in my life, I felt that I could be anything I wanted to be. Boy, oh boy.
Hello. So this is where you came to hide, Senor Hanson.
Oh, Miss Novella. No, I just thought it was stuffy in the dining room. Came out on deck to take the air.
You are very gallant, Senor. I, too, found Senorita Preston's little game very trying.
Oh? Well, it wasn't the game so much. As a matter of fact, I get sort of a kick out of guessing who people are or what they do and then finding out whether I'm right or wrong.
People can be very deceptive. You must have discovered that. So often, they're not what they seem. Is that not so?
Oh, I don't know. I don't get fooled very often. If you're a good judge of character, and I fancy that I am.
Oh, I'm sure that you are.
Well, thanks very much.
Not at all. It is a quality I admire. I am so often wrong about people. I was completely wrong about you.
Yes, I guess I had you fooled all right.
Your work must be fascinating.
Oh, it's a job.
But importing rare gems, it has the sound of many things. Romance, in its true sense, and history, and I should think danger.
Oh, I suppose, but as I say, it's a job. Even scouting around the world in search of perfect stones, well, it all becomes routine after a while.
I think you are modest, Senor Hanson. I think you know a very great deal that you do not say. And I think I will go right on regarding your life as romantic and dangerous.
Well, if it makes you happy.
It does. You see, Senor, you prove my point.
Oh, how's that?
That people are so often not what they seem. Here you are, an importer of rare gems, and you have the appearance of just an ordinary man. It's getting chilly. I'm afraid I must go in now.
Oh, so soon? I mean, well, if you're chilly, I could lend you my coat.
It is also quite late.
Oh. Well, then, may I see you to your cabin?
How very nice. We seem to be very much alone.
Yes. Not a very lively group aboard, I'd say.
And I had thought not a very interesting group until tonight.
Oh. Yes, I guess you're right.
Here we are.
Here? Well, we're practically neighbors. I'm just a few doors down on the other side.
I know.
Oh? Oh, you do?
Do you mind that I noticed you?
Now, then, I'll bet you know I don't mind the least bit.
I hope not. Sometimes, Senor Hensel, a woman traveling alone, she's afraid. Just of being alone, she's afraid.
Why, now, there's nothing to be afraid of. A small cruise boat like this, not very many people.
Oh, I should not trouble you. I talk too much.
Oh, you just go right ahead. You're trembling, Miss Novella.
I'm a foolish woman. I would say good night now, Senor. And thank you for being so kind.
Are you sure you're all right? Now, if you'd like me to stay with you a while, I'd be...
No, please, you must go. And forget what I have said.
Oh, I'm sorry, Signorina.
It's only Pietro, Miss Novella.
I see.
I do not mean to frighten the Signorina.
What were you doing in my cabin?
I bring the Signorina fresh linens. It's no crime, fresh linen.
So late at night, you bring me the linens?
Yes, it is late, Pietro.
Yeah. Pietro has much work in so many cabins. The Signorina was not in. I did not think that she would mind.
Go now, Pietro. This must not happen again.
As you wish. Pietro would never frighten the Signorina.
Are you afraid of him, really?
I do not know. I'm afraid of many things.
Because if you're afraid of Pietro, it's a simple matter to tell the captain.
I would not want that.
Look, if it'd make you feel better, I'd be glad to come into your cabin with you. Just to look around. Be sure that everything is all right.
No. Oh, thank you, but no. I've talked too much. You will please go now, too.
I'd like to help you, Miss Novella.
Not now. We will meet tomorrow. Perhaps then you can help me.
My mind was full of Maria Novella, and I didn't sleep very well that night. A beautiful woman was afraid, and she had brought her fears to me. Or rather, she brought them to the man she thought I was. A man whose business was danger and romance, a dealer in rare gems. I knew that night that I would never tell her the truth, that I must somehow come to be this man she thought I was.
Your move, Hensel.
Huh? Oh, yes, it is. I'm sorry, Mr. Brilliant. My mind hasn't been on my checkers all afternoon.
You would think we were playing chess for great stakes, the way you study your moves.
I'm not even thinking about them, Mr. Brilliant. I'll concede the game to you.
And I will accept, if only because it will be the first game I have won from you in 3 days.
You sure you don't mind?
Oh, not at all, my friend. Tell me, have you business in Trapani?
Hmm?
I asked if you had business in Trapani. We docked in Sicily tonight, you know.
No, this is just a pleasure trip.
Oh, that is good. Then you will be able to spend some time with me.
Yes, I'd like that. I didn't realize that Trapani was your home.
It isn't, but I have many friends there. A particular friend occupies one of the fine old Baroque palaces. He has an exceptional collection of jewels.
Oh, so?
The man with your knowledge of gems... But you are not listening, are you, Hensel?
Hmm? Oh, well, to tell you the truth, I was looking for someone.
Really?
I guess it's obvious, but I haven't seen her all day.
Do I know her?
Oh, Miss Novella?
I don't place the name, should I?
Oh, yes. Last night in the salon, remember when Miss Thurston organized her Guess Who game? Miss Novella was the beautiful dark woman in green.
Oh, yes, I do remember her now. Very lovely. But I don't believe I've seen her today either.
I'm sort of concerned about her. Rapped at her cabin a time or two. She didn't answer. I think I'll check again.
I believe I would if you are worried about her.
Yes, I think I'd better. Excuse me? Oh, and thanks for the game, Mr. Brilliant.
I'll see you when we dock, Hensel.
Oh, yes, of course. Oh, my goodness.
Sorry, Mr. Hensel. Didn't see you. Are you hurt?
No, Miss Thurston.
I blew my whistle, but I guess you didn't hear it in time.
I guess not.
Doing wind sprints around the deck, getting my land legs in shape.
Oh?
Start my gym classes every day with wind sprints.
Well, don't let me keep you.
And remember, we're all playing indications tonight in the salon before we dock.
Oh.
Hello, Signor Hansen.
You were putting fresh linens in my cabin, Pietro?
Fresh water, Signor.
They keep you pretty busy with linens and water, don't they?
Pietro has much work. So many cabins.
I hope I find everything in its place, Pietro.
I hope so too, senor.
Who is it?
It's Mr. Hensel. I was wondering if... Oh, hello there.
Please come in, Senor Hensel.
Well, if you're sure you don't mind. Frankly, I've been worried about you, Miss Novella.
I did not sleep well last night. Toward morning, I took a sedative. I awakened only a short time ago. I was going to send for you.
Is something wrong?
I told you I might need your help. This is why I'm frightened, Senor.
Oh, my. What a beautiful brooch.
The last of my family's treasures, Senor. How old it is, I do not know. My grandmother left it to me. I've just come from her funeral in Lisbon.
You say this is why you're frightened?
I am a woman alone. Someone may know I have a brooch of great value.
Pietro?
Perhaps Pietro, I do not know.
Miss Novella, why don't you go to the captain? I'm sure he could offer protection until you're ashore.
No, I will not call attention to myself by going to the captain. If you will not help me.
No, but how can I be of help to you?
Well, you are used to these things, Senor. You often carry gems, do you not?
Oh, no. Oh, well, of course, yes, but I don't see...
No, I can trust you. Take it, please.
Take it?
Keep it for me. Only until we dock at Trapani. I will feel so much better, so much safer, Senor.
Yes, but if something should happen...
Please, it will be safe with you. I do not mean to impose, but who else can I turn to? If I cannot trust you.
You can trust me, Miss Novella. I'll keep it for you.
Oh, there you are, Hensel. Ready to go ashore?
Oh, Mr. Brilliant, I was looking for someone.
You are still looking for the same lady?
Huh? Oh, no, not still. Again, I really must find her.
I had hoped we could go ashore together.
That would be fine, but I promised Miss Novella that...
Excuse me, Senor Hensel.
Oh, yes, Pietro.
The Signorina left this for you.
Left it? When?
A few minutes ago. She has gone ashore, Senor.
Gone? But surely she must say...
It is a small hotel, Senor. The Monte San Giuliano.
How did you know that...
Arrivederci, Senor.
You are listening to An Ordinary Man, tonight's presentation on Escape.
A suspect in a holdup and a known narcotics user cross the path of your night watch during tomorrow night's tour of duty on CBS Radio. Tomorrow and every Friday night on most of these same stations, you're on the case with Night Watch, a police recorder and actual police in a prowl car, protecting the public from wrongdoings and wrongdoers. Remember, Night Watch, exciting, authentic. Stars address listening tomorrow night.
And now, Escape, in the second act of An Ordinary Man.
Hotel Monte San Giuliano. Please hurry. The urgency of Maria Novella's note saw me through those next minutes. In my confusion, I lost track of Mr. Brilliant. Somehow I managed to get through customs. What I would have said if they had found the brooch, I do not know. I only knew that I must find Maria Novella and return it to her. She was not registered when I arrived. I took a room and waited. And then... Just a minute.
I was afraid I had lost you, Hensel.
Oh, come in, Mr. Brilliant.
You never lose that look, Hensel. Always when we are together, you are looking for someone else.
It sure seems that way, doesn't it?
You have not found the lady yet, Signorina Novella?
No, I haven't.
Good. Then I will take it, Hensel.
You will take what?
Please, we are old friends. We play checkers together. Please do not make me shoot an old friend. I want the brooch.
You know...
You can puzzle over it when I am gone, Hensel. These are ugly little episodes. We should not prolong them.
I am not a brave man, Mr. Brilliant. But I'll tell you one thing.
Good. Then you will not have to act like one. Now, where is it? In one of your suitcases?
No, I won't let you.
I did not want to do that.
Oh, please.
But you are such a foolish man. And you waste my time. You force me to find it myself.
No, but you can't. I promise. I promise.
But I came as soon as I could, and I trusted you.
I know. How he knew I had the brooch, I don't know. I'm ashamed, so completely ashamed. Oh, Pietro. He must have known.
Perhaps he did, but I am to blame. I should never have given it to you. It was my responsibility.
I should never have taken it. But if I hadn't, Mr. Brilliant would have found you, and... Well, at least I saved you that.
Oh, I'm not blaming you. Please understand that. I'm just so very upset.
Well, this is no good. We'll have to go to the police.
Oh, I had not thought of the police. No, I do not want the police.
But I've already called them. Called as soon as he left. And I must say they were very calm about it. Said I'd have to come there and make a report.
No, I cannot go through that. I've been too long under this strain.
Oh. Well, I guess I can handle it myself. If you trust me again.
Oh, I trust you. It is only that I'm so weary of this. If the police would come here, but...
I'll bring them. Now, don't you worry. You just stretch out here. No one will bother you now.
There would be no reason. Now.
I'll hurry. And don't worry, Miss Novella. I just won't rest until I get that brooch back for you. The Trapani police continued to take the whole matter with great calm. I had the feeling that they thought I'd manufactured the entire story. And it was well after midnight before I finally persuaded one of them to go back to the hotel with me.
I imagine the Signorina will be asleep.
Yes, I should think so. I think the whole town of Trapani is asleep, including its police force.
We like to be sure, Signore. Sometimes it takes time to be sure.
And all that time, Mr. Brilliant was speeding away somewhere, scot-free.
It's easy to leave at Trapani. If your Mr. Brilliant was anxious to leave, he could have been gone in minutes.
Is that any reason not to try to stop him? Well, here we are. Quietly now. Miss Novella? Miss Novella?
The room is empty, Signore.
Well, I don't understand that. She must be here.
Is she in the closet, Signore?
No. But then she must have left a note.
I do not see a note. Do you?
No.
The Signorina, she had a room here at the hotel?
Yes, I'm sure she did. That must be where she's gone.
We will see. Connect me, please, with the room of... her name?
Novella. Maria Novella.
The Signorina Maria Novella. I will wait.
Are they ringing her room?
They are checking her number.
Oh, that must be where she is. They probably got tired of waiting for us. Just went to her own room. Well, you can't blame her. All that delay.
Yes.
Yeah.
You are sure?
Mm-hmm. Wasn't she there?
The hotel says they have no guest by the name of Maria Novella.
No guest?
The cigarette?
No. No.
Senor Hens.
Yeah, I know. I know you don't believe there is any Maria Novella, just like you don't believe anything else I've told you.
Very fantastic story, Signore. You meet the lovely lady on a boat. For no reason, you tell her you are an importer of rare jewels. The lady is frightened. She trusts you. Gives you a fine old brooch. Then you land at Trapani. The man you play checkers with steals the brooch. Now all three are gone. The lady, the man, the brooch.
I didn't make it up. I couldn't make it up. It happened, I tell you. She may be in danger. She may have been kidnapped.
I'm sorry. We cannot deal with what may have been. You need a rest, senor. And then tomorrow, you can enjoy Trapani. It's really a very nice place.
He was right. I needed a rest. But where was Maria Novella? Oh, I should never have gone to the police alone. My mind was full of things I should never have done. If only I had just been content to be an ordinary man. Oh. Hello.
Senor Henson,
Oh, are you all right?
I'm safe with Fred.
Oh, thank heaven. When we came back and you were gone...
Oh, I should have left a note, but I was so upset. You understand.
Well, I do, but the police don't. I can't understand it, but they don't believe anything I told them.
My friends have talked to me. They think we must go to the police together. You and I.
I think that's the only way.
Well, I cannot rest now until we do. Please, this last favor. Please come here for me.
I was able to find what must have been the only taxi in Trapani at that hour. I gave him the directions Maria Novella gave me, and we wound through a series of narrow streets to what seemed to be the edge of the city. A soft rain began to fall. I told myself it would all be over soon.
Come in, Senor Henson.
Well, I'm afraid I'm pretty wet.
You are just fine.
Oh, my. I should have asked that taxi to wait. It's a shame to bother your friends at this time of night.
They will not mind. And you have been so kind.
Unbelievably kind, Henson.
What? Brilliant.
But like most kind people, you are inclined to meddle.
Miss Novella?
Do what you have to do, Renzo, and be quick about it.
But we owe Hensel an explanation. Look at his confusion.
You, the two of you, together?
Worse than that, Hensel. Married.
I said, be quick about it, Renzo.
A very impatient girl, Maria, but so beautiful, Hensel. And so helpless. She needs a strong man like you to protect her.
You planned it deliberately? But why?
We needed someone to take the brooch off the boat, you see. For such a simple reason. And you made it so complex for us all. You and Pietro.
Pietro?
Such an ardent young Latin, Pietro. If he had not detained Maria, she would have met you at the hotel. You would have delivered the brooch to her gladly. As it was, I had to trouble you for it. Now the police are involved. It's very messy, Hensel.
The brooch isn't hers. There's no dead grandmother in Lisbon. You stole the brooch.
Ah, you are thinking, Hensel, but a little late.
And she gave it to me because I was supposed to be a gem expert. And if the authorities found it on me, there would be no trouble. Is that right?
Yeah, that is very wrong. A gem expert? Who would believe that of such an ordinary man?
No one, I guess.
We picked you for yourself alone. You are a nice, ordinary man, though. I hate to tell you.
Tell me what?
Out in the garden, a very old cistern, the Romans built it. I don't think anyone will ever find you.
You are going to kill me?
No, such a thought. We are only going to let you die. Not much further, Hensel. You must be very tired.
I guess I am.
The rest will do you good.
Hensel!
What?
Look out!
Maria! That's far enough, you. Are you all right, Senor Henson?
Oh. I'm much better, thanks. You?
You brought the police, Henson?
You? Oh, no, I didn't have anything to do with them. Well, did I, officer?
Oh, I think so, yes. I got to thinking about your story. It's a very fantastic story. It's so unbelievable. But then I think about you. Such an ordinary man. You could not make up such a story. So, I follow you.
Under the direction of Norman MacDonald, Escape has brought you transcribed An Ordinary Man by Kathleen Hite, starring John Daner with Virginia Gregg. Featured in the cast were Edgar Barrier, Anthony Barrett, Ida Reese-Marin, and Harry Bartell. Your announcer, Dan Coverly. The special music for Escape is composed and conducted by Leith Stevens. Next week.
You are lost in the trackless wild of the Irish moors. Your only companion, a beautiful gypsy woman. And you know that somewhere in the dark behind you, searching every foot of ground for you, is the giant of a man called Charon, who plans to take your girl and at the same time take your life.
So listen next week when Escape brings you John Daner's story, Benchalina and the Fisherman. Is there a possible connection between a strange ivory monkey and the death of a wealthy oil magnate? Mr. Keene believes so and sets out to prove his contention in the case of Murder and the Ivory Monkey, tomorrow night on CBS Radio. Don't miss Mr. Keene at his exciting best tomorrow night on most of these same stations. Where there's Gunsmoke, there's Western Adventure, Saturday nights on the CBS Radio Network.
Rice Chex and Wheat Chex, the bite-sized cereals in the red and white checkerboard packages, present Space Patrol! High adventure in the wild, vast reaches of space. Missions of daring in the name of interplanetary justice. Travel into the future with Buzz Corey, Commander-in-Chief of the Space Patrol! In today's transcribed Space Patrol adventure, Buzz and Happy have discovered a strange castle in a valley on the planet Mars. Curiously, they make their way down a long corridor.
This place has the weirdest lighting, sir.
Yes, it seems to come from the walls and ceiling as if the surface were glowing.
I wonder where this corridor leads. It seems to go on forever.
Trick of perspective, Happy.
Hey, what happened? I can't walk.
Hap, look at the floor. It's getting transparent.
Smoke and rockets. It's disappearing right from under us. Hey, Commander, we're falling!
We'll return in just a moment with today's exciting Space Patrol adventure, The Revenge of Dr. Yeager. Breakfast time, Space Patrollers, the happiest time of the morning for all of you when you fill up your breakfast bowl like this with Rice Chex. Yes, Rice Chex, the triple treat cereal, tops three ways. Tops for taste, tops for size, tops for get up and go. Toasted 3 times until it's cookie, crisp, and crunchy. Every spoonful tastes like more. You bet Rice Chex is tops for taste, tops for size, has that modern bite-sized design. Size just right for a perfect bite. And it's hollow inside. It fills up with milk or cream, glides from your bowl right onto your spoon. That's easy, breezy eating. And gang, Rice Chex is tops for get up and go. And wow, after a good nourishing breakfast with Rice Chex, you're ready to swing into action in school or play. So, Space Patrollers, swing into action right away. Fill up your bowl every morning like Commander Corey and Cadet Happy with Rice Chex. Or for a neat whole wheat treat, try Wheat Chex. Rice Chex, Wheat Chex. Tops for taste, tops for size, tops for get up and go. So get them today in the red and white checkerboard packages with the big full-color picture of Commander Corey or Cadet Happy on the outside and the terrific Space Patrol trading card on the inside. Rice Chex, Wheat Chex. And now, today's Space Patrol adventure, The Revenge of Dr. Yeager. Commander Corey and Cadet Happy are in the Commander's space battle cruiser, the Terra 5, returning to the man-made planet Terra after a mission to Jupiter. Several thousand DUs inside the Mars orbit, Happy picks up a spaceship in the forward view scope.
It's a small private cruiser, Commander. There's no sign of a rocket blast. It must be in free fall.
What's its vector, Hap?
I haven't reckoned it yet, sir, but well, at the rate we're gaining on it, its velocity is very low. And it doesn't seem to be on any planetary vector.
Better call them.
Yes, sir. It looks like a drifter to me, all right, sir.
Emergency. Private cruiser M89 calling Space Patrol Battle Cruiser Terra 5.
Hey, they're calling us.
It's a faint signal for such a short distance.
I'll boost the gain, sir.
Private cruiser M89 calling Terra 5. I'm in trouble.
Commander Corey aboard Terra 5, the cruiser M89. What's your trouble?
I'm not sure. Power failure, I think.
We'll join airlocks with your ship and come aboard. Corey out. Happy, stand by to operate magnetic coupler.
Standing by, sir.
You'll both go aboard. Bring the emergency oxygen bottle just in case.
Thank heavens you're here.
Are you all right, miss?
Oh, yes, I am now.
The cabin air pressure seems okay, sir.
Oh, yes, everything's fine.
Just a minute. Didn't you space a phone an emergency? You said something about power failure.
I'm sorry, but I didn't know what else to do. You see, I was frightened.
Are you alone in this ship?
Well, yes, Commander. You see,
Happy, check that control panel.
Yes, sir.
What's your name, miss?
Lorna Stark.
Is this your ship?
Yes, I'm from Lowell City, Mars. You can check that.
I certainly will.
The instruments check, sir. The rocket controls are off, that's all.
Yes, that's right. I've been in a free fall for about a half an hour.
Why?
I was afraid someone was after me. I thought if they didn't see the rocket exhaust, I'd have a better chance. Oh, I was just praying for a Space Patrol ship to come along. You have no idea how relieved I am.
You'd better have a good reason for faking a distress call. Who's after you and why?
Well, I'm afraid it's going to sound very strange. That's why I wanted you to come aboard so we could talk privately. I was afraid to explain over the spaceophone.
I'm listening, Miss Stark.
Well, perhaps I'd better start at the beginning. Did you ever hear of a Dr. Yeager?
Yeager?
Wilhelm Yeager, the scientist and inventor.
Dr. Yeager's been dead for nearly 30 years.
Yes, I know. He and my father were friends. You've probably heard that several of Dr. Yeager's inventions were never made public, that they're hidden in a secret castle.
Dr. Yeager was quite a colorful personality from what I've read. A lot of fantastic legends have sprung up about him, but how does all this tie in with your fake emergency call?
Commander, that castle of Dr. Yeager's is not legend.
Yeager? Yeager. Sure. The fellow the old-time pilots talk about. The man who's supposed to have made all those frightful inventions. Weapons so terrible he never even wrote down his secrets.
He did write them down, Cadet. I've seen some of the designs.
Huh?
Designs for what, Miss Stark?
I don't recall them all now, but there was the lethal ray.
Now, just a minute. You mean the lethal ray actually existed?
It exists now.
Where? Who has it?
Well, nobody. It's still where Dr. Yeager hid it.
You don't know where it is?
No, but somebody thinks I do. That's why they're after me.
Well, who has reason to suspect that you know about Yeager's secrets?
A man named Carl Bracker. He once worked for my father. He was present when I opened the seal package containing documents that Dr. Yeager gave my father. You see, Dr. Yeager left it up to my father's judgment whether certain inventions were to be revealed. One day, about 3 years ago, I came across that seal package. Curiosity got the better of me, and I opened it.
Go on.
A moment later, my father and this Carl Bracker walked in. My father was furious with me. Right then and there, he destroyed the documents. He said Dr. Yeager was right, that people couldn't be trusted. I was ashamed and frightened. Neither Father nor I mentioned the matter again. Then after Father passed away, Bracker showed up.
And wanted you to tell him where Yeager's secrets are hidden?
Yes, but I told him I didn't know. He was angry. He said I'd be sorry, but he went away. Then a few days ago, this other man started following me. I just know Bracker sent him.
When you saw those documents, did you notice where Yeager's inventions were hidden?
Yes, but I've forgotten. I pushed it out of my mind. I didn't want to know.
Miss Stark, I want to give you a brainograph test.
You don't believe me?
No, that's not the point. If that information about Yeager is in your subconscious, someday you might recall it or be forced to reveal it. I want to find those inventions, if they exist, to keep them from falling into the wrong hands.
And the brainograph will make me remember?
It'll put your thought images on a screen. Even those dim patterns and impressions your conscious mind isn't aware of. It's completely painless. Are you willing?
Well, of course.
Well, it'll be late when we get to Terra. I'll arrange for a room for you at the Terra Space Hotel with a guard at the door.
Guard?
You said someone was after you, remember? Let's get into my ship. You can tell me more about this Carl Bracker.
Early the next morning, Buzz and Appy arrange with Major Robertson, Space Patrol Security Chief, to set up a brainograph test. Then they hurry to the Terra Space Hotel to get Lorna Stark. They step out of the elevator and walk down the hall.
Room 2309, wasn't it, sir?
Yes. Say, where's the guard? He was to stay on duty in the hall until relieved.
The door's unlocked, sir.
Something's wrong here. Miss Stark!
Hey, Commander, look! It's the guard. He's on the floor, tied up and gagged.
Just a minute, Sergeant. Happy, untie him. I'll loosen the gag. There. Where's Miss Stark?
They took her away. I tried to stop them, but they slugged me.
They?
Yes, two men, a big one and a little fellow in a waiter's outfit. That's how he got close to me out in the hall. The little guy with the tray, he pulled a ray gun on me and forced me into the room. The big guy came in. Guess he'd been waiting around the turn in the hall.
Here's a waiter's coat and tray on the floor, sir.
How long ago did this happen?
About 2 hours ago. They really tied me up. I've been trying to...
What about Miss Stark? Did she know the men? Did she go willingly?
Well, she put up a squawk till the big guy got rough. She seemed to know him, called him by name. Let's see, Bracker. That's it, Bracker.
Get on the phone to headquarters. Have them check the files on Carl Bracker. I want all the data on my desk when we get there.
This is all we have on Bracker, sir.
Is there a photo?
Yes, sir.
Sergeant, is this one of the men?
That's him, all right, sir.
What's his record, Hap?
Well, picked up 2 years ago in a space safety code violation, Section 23D, installing instruments in a spaceship without a license. Fined 50 credits.
Any address?
Let's see. Just the place he works, Cosmocraft Instrument Company, 18 Newton Place, Terra.
Cosmocraft.
Spelled with 2 Ks, real cute. Merton Yost, Chief Engineer and Consultant.
I've heard of that outfit. They rebuild instruments and deal in second-hand electronics equipment for spaceships. Personally, I wouldn't trust them to repair a sundial.
I wonder if Bracker still works there.
Now, come on. We'll drop around and see if he's renewed his license.
From the outside, Cosmocraft Instrument Company appears to be like the other small, independent manufacturing concerns that thrive in the clean, handsome buildings on Newton Street. But a visitor would find the interior rather uninviting. The office is littered with papers and out-of-date technical books. A small, nervous man sits at a desk, glancing first at the street door, then toward the back room that serves as a workshop. In the shop, Lorna Stark sits huddled on a packing case, while a large man towers threateningly over her.
I'm tired of playing games, Lorna. Now let's have it. Where's Yeager's castle?
I don't know. I tell you, I don't know.
Don't give me that! It's on those papers. The lethal ray and all those other secret weapons are at the castle, aren't they?
I've forgotten, I tell you. Believe me, Bracker, I've forgotten.
Hey, cut out that noise. I can hear you throughout in the office.
She's playing coy, Yost. But I'll get it out of her.
We shouldn't have brought her here.
All right, get back out there and shut the door. Suppose somebody comes in.
All right, Bracker, but please keep quiet.
All right, Lorna. Now, you'd better talk. Where's Yeager's castle?
I don't know. I don't know.
This is it, Hap. Come on.
Yes, sir.
Yes, gentlemen?
I'm Commander Corey.
Yes, Commander Corey. What can I do for you?
Does Carl Bracker still work here?
Bracker? Hey, Bracker, let's see.
I shouldn't think in a place of this size you'd have much trouble remembering who's in the payroll.
Mr. Bracker left us just last week. I don't know where he is.
Is there anyone else I can talk to?
No, I'm all alone here this morning. My assistant's out on the job at the spaceport. Sorry, I can't help you.
All alone, huh? Come on, Hap.
You can't go back there?
Oh, we can't, huh?
You heard what I said?
Oh, you want to play rough?
Good work, Hap.
Stop it, you're hurting me.
All right, Bracker. Let go of her and get your hands up.
Oh, Commander Corey.
Get him way up, Bracker. Search him, Hap.
Yes, sir. He had this under his jacket, sir. A blast gun.
Commander, I remember now. Yeager's castle is in Mars. It's in the Hartog Hills.
We'll discuss it later, Miss Stark. All right, Bracker, just take it easy and come over here.
Stay right where you are, gentlemen, and don't move. I said don't move. I can shoot the girl before either of you turn around.
Yost, I've been wondering what happened to you.
Drop your weapons.
It's his play, Hap.
Sorry, sir. I thought I clobbered him good.
That's being very smart, gentlemen.
Thanks, Yost. I'll just pick up my gun and add a few finishing touches.
Oh, no, you don't.
Here, Lorna. That takes care of your space patrol friend. Yost, get the surface car ready while I bind and gag the girl. We're getting out of here.
We'll return to Space Patrol in just a moment. This is Dick Tufeld in Los Angeles with the story of one of the fastest planes in the world, and a word from the man who test flies it, Joe Lynch. It's North American's Air Force F-86D Sabre Jet Interceptor. Speed well over 700 miles per hour. Wingspan is 37 feet. Length 41. Cruising range 500 miles. Now, by special tape recording made at International Airport, the well-known test pilot of the Sabre, Joe Lynch.
The D is a one-man interceptor, so when you fly it, you're really on your own. That's why I see to it that I'm in good condition all the time. And one way to stay in good condition is by eating a good breakfast cereal, like Rice Chex or Wheat Chex. They're just packed full of energy, and they taste swell. I think you'll like them, too.
No other cereal, puffed or flaked, contains so much nourishment in such concentrated bite-sized form. So take a tip from Joe Lynch, George Welch, and other top test pilots. Make your cereals Rice Chex and Wheat Chex. And now back to our Space Patrol adventure, The Revenge of Dr. Yeager. Buzz and Happy burst in upon Carl Bracker as he attempted to force Lorna Stark to reveal the hiding place of sinister weapons invented by the late Dr. Yeager. In the excitement of the rescue, Lorna blurted the location of Yeager's hidden castle, just as Bracker's partner, Merton Yost, intervened. Fearing resistance would endanger Lorna, Buzz and Happy surrendered their weapons. Bracker knocked the space patrollers unconscious, then he and Yost escaped, taking the girl with them. Now, an hour later, Buzz and Happy find themselves locked in the repair shop of the dingy spaceship instrument factory on Terra.
Wow. Wait till I get a hold of that guy, Bracker. He raised a lump on my head the size of Mars' first moon.
Mars? Huh? That's where Yeager's castle is. Did you hear Lorna just as we came in?
I was sort of busy. If I did hear it, Bracker's gun knocked it out of my mind. Whereabouts on Mars, did she say?
Yes. It was right then that Yost came in, but I think I recall it. The Hartog Hills.
Hartog Hills? That's a new one on me, and I thought I knew Martian geography.
It's a range a few hundred miles northwest of Marquab City. And come to think of it, it's a good place to hide a castle.
We're locked in.
That isn't going to last more than a few seconds. We'll notify headquarters that we're blasting off from Mars.
Well, gee, Commander, do you think Bracker will go there? Doesn't he know that you heard Lorna tell where the castle was?
He's gone pretty far already, Hap. He may figure that it's worth taking a chance in getting his hands on Yeager's weapons. Those rumors are even half true. One man could wipe out an army with a lethal ray alone.
Wow. Let's hope we find the castle before Bracker does.
The door, Hap.
Oh, yes, sir. Allow me.
Here, Hap, I'll help you out. Now to the spaceport. Hurry.
Yes, sir.
Merton Yost sits hunched over the controls of a private cruiser, watching the red-tinged disk of the planet Mars grow larger in the viewscope. He turns as Carl Bracker shoulders his way through the narrow opening into the control compartment.
Can't you get any more acceleration out of this old bucket?
Take it easy, Bracker. We'll be over the Hartog Hills right after sunup, the way I figured.
Well, you better contact Jacobs at Marquab City. We'll meet him out in the desert. He can fly us to the Hartog Hills to look for the castle.
Smart idea. When we locate Yeager's hideout, there won't be a grounded ship there to give us away.
Sometime later, another ship enters the thin, cold atmosphere of Mars. As Buzz handles the controls, Cadet Happy compares the terrain in the viewscope screen with the detailed 3D projecto chart of this sector of the surface of Mars.
Hartog Hills appearing in the screen now, sir.
And so far, no sign of any ship that might be Bracker.
I'll bet he didn't have the nerve.
Well, let's not underestimate him, Hap.
No, sir. You sure were right when you said the Hartog Hills were a good place to hide a castle. Those rock formations are sure confusing.
I'll cut our altitude, Hap, and place back and forth across the range. Now the viewscope scanning beam to a small arc.
Yes, sir.
Crisscrossing the range of hills, Buzz and Happy examined the terrain from every angle, peering down into steep-walled canyons, bouncing scanning beams off weirdly formed rocks, and probing into vegetation. Then, for a fraction of a second, a formation appears in the viewscope that causes Buzz and Happy to exchange glances.
Well, was it or wasn't it, sir?
We're going to circle back and make another pass over that canyon at a slightly different angle of approach. What we saw might have been a natural formation.
I've been staring at different shapes of rocks for so long, I don't think I'd recognize a castle if it had a sign on it.
We'll know in a minute, Hap. That's it, Happy.
Yes, sir. I can make out columns and even steps. But wow, what a job of camouflage.
Yeager built the entire facade of an enormous building right against the wall of a canyon. I magnificent.
Yeah, if we'd flown over at another angle, well, we never would have seen it.
Well, there's no sign of another spaceship near here.
Yeah, but there's plenty of room to land in front of the castle.
Well, we'll land and have a close look at Yeager's castle.
A few moments later, Buzz and Happy stand before a beautiful facade of a building constructed against the wall of the cliff. Broad steps lead up to a gigantic door.
Gee, Commander, now that we're right in front of it, I wonder why we didn't notice it from the ship.
Every line of that building was cut to blend with the cliff when seen from a height. It's a beautiful job, Hap.
Yeah, look at the size of that door. We'll probably have to get something from the ship to blast it open.
Let's go up and examine it first.
Uh-oh. Commander, the door, it's swinging open. Somebody's in there.
Have your ray gun ready, Hap?
Yes, sir.
There's no sign of anyone. The door may have opened automatically. I'll go in first, Hap.
Smoke and rockets. Look at the size of this hall. Hey, Commander, the door, it's closing.
We better get out while we can. Hurry.
Now the door's swinging open again.
It is automatic. You don't have to worry. Let's explore the castle.
I'd sure like to find those weapons that Yeager hid.
That may take time, judging by the size of this place.
I wonder where all this light is coming from. There aren't any windows.
The light seems to come from the walls and ceiling, as if the surface were glowing.
Imagine building a place like this inside a hill where nobody can see it. Yeager was a genius, all right, but I think he was a little nuts.
Well, at least he was sane enough to try to keep dangerous weapons out of the hands of people he thought might misuse them.
Yeah. I wonder where this corridor leads. Seems to go on forever.
Trick of perspective, Happy.
Hey, what happened? I can't walk.
Have to look at the floor. It's getting transparent.
Smoke and rockets. It's disappearing. Right from under us. Commander, we're falling!
Buzz and Happy plunge downward in total darkness. Any moment they expect to land with shattering suddenness on some hard surface. But seconds pass, and they keep plunging down into the blackness.
Commander, I'm slowing down.
Yes, so am I.
We're at the bottom. Whatever that is.
Stand right where you are, Happy. It isn't safe to move in this pitch blackness.
When that floor opened up from under us, I never expected to move again.
Lucky I brought my atomo light.
That won't be necessary, Commander.
Who's that?
You'll see when I turn on the lights. There.
Bracker.
Now, don't reach for your weapons. It'll be the last move you make. Raise your hand.
Do as he says, Happy.
Joseph, take the ray guns.
All right, Bracker.
Bracker, what have you done with Lorna Stark?
She's perfectly safe in the next room. You're probably wondering just what happened to you. You're now in a lower level of Yeager's castle. You were lowered by one of Yeager's amazing inventions, a levitation beam, controlled by this panel here.
But the floor just dissolved under us.
That part of the floor up there is actually the top cross-section of the levitation beam. By cutting the beam completely off, I could have dropped you to your death.
I suppose you want a medal.
Yes, open the door. I'm sure the commander would like to talk to Miss Stark. Get moving, you two.
What are you going to do with us, Bracker?
We'll see in a moment.
Commander Coy.
In there, both of you.
Commander, they found out everything. The big room where Dr. Yeager hid all his horrible weapons.
That's right, Corey. Yeager left full instructions. Now, you three stay in here a few moments. Then we shall see how the lethal ray works.
You aren't going to use it on us.
Exactly. There's a small hand model that should serve the purpose quite nicely. I'll be right back.
We've got to try to find a way out of here before they get back with that lethal ray.
We've got to stop them, Commander. With those weapons, they can wipe out whole cities. And it's all my fault.
No, that's not going to help.
But look what was in the room with the weapons. The paper that Dr. Yeager left.
Let us see it. I had hoped that this message would never be read. The fact that you are reading these words is proof that human beings cannot be trusted. Therefore, you deserve to be destroyed. Knowing there was evil and destruction concealed here, you came willingly. Very well, use these forces that I have discovered. Destroy yourselves and improve the universe. Dr. Wilhelm Yeager.
Wow.
A very bitter man.
He was right. Human beings can't be trusted. I proved that.
Everybody makes mistakes. And Dr. Yeager made one when he assumed everyone was evil.
And Bracker made a mistake when he thought there was no other way out of this room. Look behind this tapestry.
A door. See if it's locked.
It opens into a long hall.
Come on, quickly, before Bracker comes back. Hurry, Lorna.
Well, if only we can find our way out of the castle.
Well, anyway, there's plenty of light.
Once we get out of here and get to the ship, we can call a Space Patrol squadron and destroy the castle if we have to.
But if Dr. Yeager's weapons are as powerful as he said they are, couldn't Bracker and yours fight off all the spaceships in the universe?
Well, they might get some of us, but we could keep them holed up here at least.
Smoking rockets as sure as a long corridor.
Look out,
What did I hit?
There's a big mirror across the corner of the passage. The passage turns here.
Sure enough. And the mirror's at an angle so you can see her on the corner. It looked like the passage went straight ahead.
Up we are!
It's Bracker. He's after us.
Around the corner, quickly.
Stop!
Commander.
What are we going to do?
This is the end of the passage.
Must be a door here. Yes, there is. Oh, it's locked.
We're trapped.
And Bracker's coming for us.
Yeah, I can see him in the mirror coming up the corridor. And he's got a weapon.
Come on, Yost. We got him now. They can't get out. Use the lethal ray. I want to get a little closer.
Commander, does he think that lethal ray shoots around corners?
He doesn't know he's aiming at a mirror. He thinks the corridor is straight.
Yeah, but, sir, what if the mirror reflects the ray toward us?
Go on, Bracker. What are you waiting for?
I'm waiting for him to plead for mercy. Well, Corey, haven't you anything to say?
Don't talk. Keep perfectly quiet.
All right, then. We'll see how Yeager's lethal ray works.
They're gone. It destroyed them completely.
Yeah. Very satisfactory. But I had the regulator set unnecessarily high. Look what the ray did to the wall.
Blasted a hole in it.
They're coming closer to examine it. They'll jump them when they reach the turn in the passage.
Yes, sir.
Lorna, keep absolutely quiet.
Incredible, isn't it, Yost? You'd never know that a few seconds ago 3 human beings were standing here.
Now, Hap, Bracker, look out!
I'll take that weapon, Bracker.
All right, Bracker, get up.
Corey, I saw you disintegrate.
Yeah. The 3 of them. I saw it, too. You can't always believe what you see. You were looking at a reflection. The lethal ray merely destroyed a mirror on the wall behind it.
A mirror?
That's right. It's the first and last bit of damage Dr. Yeager's lethal ray or his other weapons are going to inflict. Come on, Hap. Let's get these crooks up to the ship.
Yes, sir.
An action preview of next week's exciting Space Patrol adventure in just a moment. Hey, Hap, where are you hiding your rice checks and wheat checks these days?
Right here, Captain Tufeld, in this top-secret Space Patrol file cabinet. Hey, you got to be careful where you keep the checks around here. They taste so good, anybody who sees them eats them.
Are you filing them under C for checks?
Smoking rockets, no. Under T for tops. Oh, one thing for sure, Captain. It's no secret that rice checks and wheat checks are tops. 3 ways. For taste, for size, and for get up and go.
Yes, sir, gang. Hap is 3 times right. Checks are tops 3 ways. For taste, Sunny Gold rice checks or power-rich wheat checks. Delicious right out of the box for snacks or out of the bowl with milk or cream. Tops for size. Checks are made in that modern, streamlined, bite-sized design for super easy eating. And checks are tops for get up and go. Real Space Patrol get up and go. After a good breakfast with checks, you're off to a blazing lightning-fast start every morning.
Jumpin' Jupiter, Captain Tufeld. What are we waiting for? Hey, let's get going on the checks right now. Space Patrollers, why don't you get going? Go get checks today.
Look for them in the red and white checkerboard packages with the swell picture of Commander Corey or Cadet Happy on the outside and the wonderful free Space Patrol trading card on the inside. Rice checks.
Wheat checks.
And now, a preview of next week's exciting Space Patrol adventure. Buzz and Happy are captives aboard a spaceship from another galaxy. In a desperate attempt to warn the United Planets of an attack, the 2 Space Patrollers are trying to master the bewildering controls of the spaceophone in the strange ship.
Well, gee, Commander, this certainly doesn't look like any transmitter I ever saw before.
Hold it, Hap. I think you've got it. Don't touch anything else. Make the call.
Smoking rockets. Commander, look.
It's the robot. Zervok sent him to stop us.
He's a monster. And he's coming right for us.
Get that call out, Hap. I'll try to hold that thing off.
Space Patrol, emergency. All units. It's got me.
Be sure to join us next week for the thrilling story, The Visitor from Galaxy 9, when Rice Checks and Wheat Checks again present Space Patrol! Space Patrol, created by Mike Moser, starring Ed Kemmer as Commander Corey, and Lynn Osborne as Cadet Happy, was written by Lou Houston, produced and directed by Larry Robertson, executive producer Mike Devereaux. Other players were Virginia Hewitt, Norman Jolly, and Ken Mayer. Dick Tufeld speaking. Now, don't forget to tune in next Saturday and every Saturday when Rice Checks and Wheat Checks again present Space Patrol! Be sure to see another exciting Space Patrol program on your local ABC television station. Consult your local paper for time and channel. This program is broadcast to our armed forces overseas through the worldwide facilities of the Armed Forces Radio Service. Space Patrol came to you transcribed from Hollywood. This is ABC Radio Network.